keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
Any personal?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. For Miami, at 10th in the East, they haven't made significant headway from where they ended last season. Boy, how they'd love to pull themselves up that conference ladder a few spots. And the Miami Heat, retiring Shaq's number this past season. Shaq, tell us what that meant to you that night.
It was a tremendous honor. Some great memories playing in the Heat uniform. I can remember when I got traded from LA and I arrived there in a diesel truck and I just told the people I was going to bring them a championship, and I delivered. Shaqstradamus did it again. The big Aristotle did it again. The big Miami Heat player did it again.
It looked like that huge jersey they raised to the rafters. Looks like you could still fit in it.
Yeah, okay.
Still fit in it. I think he can fit in it now. But, Shaq, you know, you helped him win their first championship, was impressive. And Pat Riley said it was the biggest acquisition that he's ever had in a Miami Heat uniform, because I don't think the other players would have followed suit that came down to Miami after you. Don't cry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
I think we were all
I do this all the time,
I think we were
man.
all a little emotional.
I make you cry all the time, man. You start crying and I start crying.
I know,
man.
and then when you guys start,
man?
there's no way I can help it. Because we're so tight on this show, and when something good happens to one of us,
man.
it's like it happens to all of us.
Stop.
You're not supposed to cry in a video game.
Oh, man. Ridiculous. The kids are watching us going, what are they doing?
It's almost time to tip.
Jack.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Conference affair lined up for you today as the Golden State Warriors come in for this one. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. The Miami Heat come into tonight's game after losing earlier in the season in their last game against the Warriors.
Yeah, they were just
wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
It was a sizable loss, and it was mostly due to their awful passing and ball control. They just need to use better judgment in this game.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Durant in at the 3. Thompson comes with the double team. The dish to Waiters. He kicks it to Dragic. 6 on the shot clock, and Curry with the clear path to the hoop. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Stephen Curry all over his man, gets the steal, and then he converts on the offensive end.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball.
The Warriors' playoff run last season, pretty remarkable. Won their first 14 straight and finished 16-1. 14 straight wins, the longest playoff win streak in NBA history.
Now here's Richardson against Charlotte. He was really on his game. No good from Dragic.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
Waiters no luck. And you saw the stories about what sparked the Warriors' incredible playoff run last year, you know, from Klay Thompson signing the toaster for a fan. Nonetheless, the team went on a huge run afterwards.
Yes, they did, going all the way, beating the Cavs in the Trilogy Series. Never underestimate a toaster.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Winslow kicks to Richardson. Winslow setting the pick for Richardson. Waiters for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Waiters got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Durant gets it to go.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
Waiters with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. It's stolen by Green, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. Number 5, the Warriors.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Waiters outside. Pass to Dragic. Winslow kicks to Waiters. They double him with Green. Feeds to Dragic. Shot clock at 5. No good with the triple.
Yeah, and they're just hitting 20% of their shots. It's a rough start to this game.
And it's Green missing. The Heat trail by 5. Waiters dishes to Dragic. Richardson against Durant. And Durant sends it back.
The standing reach of a center, the mobility of...
Oh, goodness.
Terrific. Wow. When you're that long and that athletic, I'll tell you, KD has the ability to put a little extra on it.
The Heat have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. In the corner, it's Richardson. They get the rebound. Warriors leading by 7. And then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Dragic. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Green slams it in.
The luxury of having a 4 who can put the ball on the deck. Draymond exploiting the matchup there.
Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Inside, here's Waiters, and Pachulia pulls it down.
He can't find his mojo. Tough quarter for him scoring the basketball.
Durant against Richardson. He feeds it to Waiters. They double him with Green. It's stolen by Curry. Winslow's shot is off.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Thompson no good on the free throw. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And for the most part, I really felt like they were just locked in and really aggressive.
Well, we know those guys can score, but that night, it was the execution, the ability to finish plays. It was next level.
Steve, with the way Curry has transformed this Warrior team into perennial title contenders, the MVP awards and all the hardware, how soon is it before you start the conversation of where Steph Curry falls among the all-time greats?
Well, Kevin, I would love to start that conversation with most players when their career is over or close to being over. Curry has an unbelievable resume, but I will say, as of right now, I can say he's the best shooter of all time. NBA champion, multiple award-winning MVP. Now it's just about longevity for him.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Dragic? He's right around 17 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Waiters gets a wide-open look, knocks down the 3-ball. Waiters got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Miami. And he gets it to go.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Heat trail by 9. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Down low, Adebayo. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Hey, Steve, we're here at the midway point of the season. You hear a lot about the rookie wall. Talk about why that is such an issue for these first-year guys.
It's not a myth. I mean, you haven't played this amount of games. And I think more importantly, people don't understand, you haven't played against this type of talent in practice. So practice is wearing you down. And then you get a chance to go up against the best of the best for 82 games. You play about 30 in college. Yes, that rookie wall starts to hit you around January.
On the free throw, no good. And last season with the acquisition of Kevin Durant, it seemed the Warriors fell into the villain role in the NBA. They became the team fans loved to hate as they were viewed from afar as being unfair. Smitty, do you think they embraced that role?
You know, I think they did, either knowingly or not. The physical play and antics of their big man helped that along, not to mention quotes like "no nightlife in Utah."
Now here's Richardson following the shot by Kevin Durant. And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his second foul of the game. 18 feet out.
And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Dragic kicks to Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Raiders for three, and again, Miami with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Durant, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
That's good from Durant.
Kevin Durant, for his career, almost 90% at the free throw line. He'll make you pay.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. And so Durant nails them both.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big Three era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Yes, that goes in. And that's 11 points for Dion Waiters.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
It's a pick-your-poison situation with KD. You can't give him space, but he's got the handle to go right by you.
And here are the Heat. They're on a 14-6 run. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame-type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
Free throw, good Waiters. With the way the Warriors romped in the playoffs and how stacked their team is, Steve, is a team like Golden State or really any team this talented good for the NBA?
It's a question that was asked a lot last season and will get asked a lot this season. I love the way this team plays. I think they play with such greatness and unselfishness. All the other 29 teams, they just have to catch up.
And both free throws good for Waiters. Iguodala, the pass to West, and the dunk by West.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
Miami's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Waiters dishes to Olynyk, back to Waiters. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Chance there to take the lead, missing. The drive by Green, the shot's good on the assist by West. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
And just an incredible job by Draymond, keeping his eyes on the prize all the way through.
Johnson from outside, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Here's Green. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Waiters.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
13 feet away, and it's Miami with the rebound. Pass to Olynyk. He dishes it to Ellington. Poked away, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Heat.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Johnson draws the double. Clock at 6. Back to Johnson. It's up a 3. And no good. And Golden State will come the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
They did a good job of controlling the tempo, playing at a speed that suits their offense.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Here is Ellington. After the made shot from Andre Iguodala, Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Waiters with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. And again, it's the Heat missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Miami.
Foul. Elbow. 2.
Many can argue at this point that Draymond should have had 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Arguably one of the most impactful defenders of this generation, can take over a game without ever scoring a point.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Green. And taking over without scoring is a Draymond specialty. Steve, you think back to his triple-double with points not being one of those categories.
Kevin, Draymond is just an amazingly unique player in the NBA with his defense. Can actually guard positions 1 through 5, plays his best defense when the moment matters the most.
Now here's Johnson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Charlotte. Raiders against Iguodala. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. Well, who doesn't like fast break basketball? They're on the 2K Sports leaderboard, the real stats, real scores from the real NBA with the teams who have scored the most points in transition this season. The Warriors, number 1.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense, and these guys are the best in the game playing that style. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Superior muscle from Iggy on that possession there. Just a stellar job using his girth.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Eric Spoelstra.
Well, Kevin, he thinks their length should be an edge in this one. He told me our shot blocking can really help us as long as we play smart and avoid fouls. We want them to shoot over our length. That's one thing we do bring to the table. We'll see if that works out, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Sounds like he really wants them getting after it at the defensive end.
And I expect to see them very active here early, contesting every shot and battling for every rebound.
It's a game plan that's going to take a lot of effort and energy. But if they can pull it off, it'll make things that much easier for them at the offensive end.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Johnson kicks to Waiters, and Iguodala comes to help. Johnson for 3, drops in the tray. Johnson's got 6. Here's Young. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Iguodala with the screen on Waiters. And here's Young from the arc. And the Warriors get it back. West, that's good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. He's looking for Olynyk and finds him. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
And there it is for him. And it's 6 points for David West.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Johnson outside. Pass to Waiters. And Young comes over to help. Here's Olynyk. McCaw grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Johnson with the block. And they get it back. Shoots over Olynyk. David West again. 8 points for him.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Waiters outside. Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Over Iguodala. Changes up. No good on the layup.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Fun to watch. They give you no time to set up on defense, and we see that reflected in the score.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then it's Young. Then there's Iguodala. And it's West in at the 5 spot. The Heat trail by 9. Johnson kicks to Johnson. And Young comes over to help. Olynyk with it. West picks him up. And David West gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Josh Richardson's checked in for Waiters. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Johnson, double team. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Smitty, what do you think about the super teams being put together? People have complained that it's not right for a mid-market or smaller market team like Oklahoma City to lose a Kevin Durant and go to a team that's already great. What do you think about these teams getting even stronger and maybe the other teams weakening because of it, and the overall strength of the league then is lopsided?
Well, I think when you look at it, when you watch teams that win championships, they always usually have a big three, some kind of way. But I think now people are looking at it, if it's, I guess, created organically, people are right. But I think now people are saying, how can a guy just lose to these guys and join them? But I think it's still a business, and I think when a guy is a free agent, he has that choice. And you look at Kevin Durant speaking, He wanted to go where he thought was the best place for him to win a championship, where he felt comfortable. It's just that they just lost to the Golden State. That's why I think a lot of people were unhappy.
And not an indictment on Oklahoma City, but I think also, would you agree, Steve, the style of play with the Warriors really attracted Durant?
I think the style of play by the Warriors will attract me right now, and I can't get up in town and run. He likes to shoot threes. He likes to get up, and his offense is probably what he does best. And Golden State Warriors are one of those teams, they do it at a high level. It was a match made in heaven.
And the call will be against Patrick McCaw. That's his first foul. Johnson outside. Poke loose, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And then for Golden State, Pachulia comes in for David West. And Curry subbed in for McCaw. For three, Olynyk. Warriors with the rebound. Livingston's got his third rebound on the night.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Now here's Ellington. Last game out he had 14. Olynyk has the open look. Again, the miss by the Heat.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Tipped away. The feed to Ellington and the pass to Dragic. Olynyk, a screen on Curry. Here's Dragic. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
And so here is Miami. The Warriors making the shot. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala.
And with the moment, let's check out the stats for Johnson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Here's Curry, following the score by James Johnson.
I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
Warriors leading by 6. Curry passes to Iguodala. Young from outside and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Curry. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 4th in free throw percentage, 5th in scoring, and such a great distributor and decision maker, among the top 10 in assists per game.
And he's been deadly from the free throw line. Only a handful of players are shooting a better percentage. Phenomenal asset to have on your team.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Awesome look from Stephen Curry. Outstanding at distributing the basketball.
The Heat trail by 8. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Johnson kicks to Dragic. Back to Johnson. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Ellington from outside. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Shots good from Young.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And look, you never want to see a team cut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
And offensively, the great teams pass up a good shot for a great shot, and San Antonio seems to be a nice example of that, if not this year, certainly in the past. Where do you draw the line, though, Steve, between great passing and then overpassing?
Well, I think then you start to look at teams that are saying these guys are not equipped mentally or physically or skill-wise to take that open shot. If you have an open shot, you got to be a little selfish, and obviously if it's a better shot, you move it on. But at times, you got to take that good shot and believe that you can make it or just make the right play. A lot of teams are not making the right play, and they're overpassing.
A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Olynyk, and Winslow subbed in for James Johnson. Golden State also making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Young. Lance Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Now here's Ellington. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Boy, he has a gift. KD can score on anybody.
The Heat trail by 9. Here's Dragic. He's got 5. And Durant comes to help. Winslow with it, guarded now by Durant. That's tipped, but Julia with the steal. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And he converts the layup. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Curry against Dragic. Ellington dishes to Winslow. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. 3 on the clock from downtown. Warriors with the rebound. But Julia's got 6 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Durant, that's good.
You know, it's not just his size, it's his touch. When KD gets inside, you can practically count it.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. And Durant comes to help. Dragic kicks to Ellington. Again, the miss by the Heat. Warriors leading by 13. Here's Curry. And that one drops for him.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And Iguodala comes to help. Dragic with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. To the paint. Looking to end the run. And Durant sends it back. And here we go. Warriors running again. The finish. It's hauled in by Richardson. The Heat shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Knocked loose. Iguodala with the steal. And it's the Warriors. On the break, Durant's got the ball. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Lock up D from Iggy, keeping his hands active there.
Dragic with it. 5 points in the game. Richardson dishes to Ellington. Pass to Adebayo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost, too.
Timeout called, the Heat.
When it's all said and done, there will be no doubt Curry will be the greatest shooter of all time. Closing in on every record involving three-pointers, he has absolutely changed the way the league views shooting point guards.
Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Big bodies and soft hands. Well, that's what these guys possess. The top assisting centers and power forwards this year. Second, Draymond Green.
And these are some of the most complete players in our league. I mean, they're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing as well.
Whether it's starting to break with a fantastic pass or kicking it out to a wide-open teammate, these fellas have a knack for passing the basketball.
No good from Durant. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Heat making a change here. Waiters is checked in. The Heat trail by 15. Now Dragic, 5 points in the game. And Waiters with the bucket on the assist by Winslow. And that's 15 points for Dion Waiters. It's Curry with the drive, lays it up off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 15.
The creativity of Stephen Curry is on full display right there.
Knocks it loose. Thompson comes with the double team. To the middle, fires it up. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And that's the problem with guarding Thompson. He is so versatile and can attack you on the drive in addition to his shooting ability.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Thompson. Steve, you are known for your three-point shooting, but as more and more teams look to space the floor and shoot threes, we've heard some legends, like Isaiah Thomas, for instance, complain that everyone's playing the same. What do you think about that?
You know, me and Isaiah, we've definitely talked about it, and I look at it, yes, we have some guys that's multi-talented, but everybody can't shoot threes. If you're a good guy to be able to knock down with a high percentage, shoot the three. But if you're a mid-range guy, you can still be an all-star shooting the mid-range. Play to your strength, work on that shoot threes, but I just hate when 5, 6, 7 guys, everybody's running to that line, and that's all we're seeing. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to block shots, you got to do other things, because that still is the way you can win the game, by doing all things, not just shoot threes.
And really, having the best teams in history always had guys that can do different things, a ball handler, a rebounder, a screener, a long shooter.
Yeah.
It's always a combination of all those things instead of everybody doing the same
You're
thing.
so right, Kevin. And even though we've been in this three-point era, in the last 2 or 3 years, rebounding the basketball and defending still can win basketball games for you.
Winslow, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget, his second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
That's good from Winslow. Warriors leading by 16. Left side Durant. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so don't doubt he's pleased with that.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And last season, Durant was again playing at a very high level, even after shifting teams and deferring to other stars. And before his injury, there was talk of him being in the MVP conversation.
Which is scary because, you know, when he's healthy, every year he will be in that conversation. As long as he's healthy, he will be considered one of the top players in the league.
Now here's Johnson. after the miss from Stephen Curry. Curry with the steal. All alone, and it's Green with the jam.
Look at Green trucking down the floor with his quick feet and getting the ball right where he wants.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Durant.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Curry attacking.
You know, last season, Steve Kerr once again having to miss time due to complications from his back surgery. Missed the majority of the team's postseason, but he got through the regular season fine, but it's something that has troubled him off and on.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And just over 80% from the line right now. A big improvement over what they shot in that first quarter.
Stephen Curry hits them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
The Heat trail by 21. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Tipped away. Lets it go with a three. No good from Dragic. And having worked with Steve Kerr here at 2K in other capacities, usually we get to rib him a lot and make jokes whenever we see him coaching. But you know, Steve, I speak for everyone in the 2K family when we wish Steve all the best and hope he can overcome these health issues.
I totally echo that, Kevin. Steve Kerr is just an NBA lifer. But more than that, he's a fantastic coach and even a better person. We hope to see him on the sidelines for years to come.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well, this is the problem. Durant can beat you with the jumper or the drive, so you really don't know how to defend him.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And he makes the first.
And no secret here. This is what you need to do with the lead. Hit your free throws. And they're having a great second quarter at the line.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. West is checked in for Pachulia. Durant hits them both. A difficult situation for Miami. On the wing, Winslow. To end the run. Green with the rebound.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
West gets the bucket.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. McCaw, he's checked in for Thompson. Curry kicks to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 12 points for Draymond Green. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. Here's McCaw. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
It's led to a big lead. Credit the leadership on this team. They've kept everyone focused on what matters.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Winslow's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Durant. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It goes on Justice Winslow.
When Durant gets inside, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score or get fouled.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Olynyk, he's checked in for Adebayo. And Golden State also making a change. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. And he's good on the second.
And you have to like the way he's attacking the defense, drawing fouls and getting himself chances at the line this quarter.
Now here's Waiters. He's coming off a 19-point game against Charlotte. Winslow with it, guarded now by Durant. Johnson kicks to Waiters. And Durant comes to help. Dishes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Olynyk sets a screen for Johnson. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
What a play. Durant attacking and finishing with the defender draped all over him.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Johnson, the pass to Olynyk. Waiters for 3. David West grabs the miss. West has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And then Durant with the jam.
And Green is always looking to swing the ball for the best open shot available.
No good that time. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 28 points, 2 block shots, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was the 5th, Ernie, you know the rest.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
And so here is Miami. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Winslow is out there with Richardson. And it's Adebayo in at center. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And here is Waiters. And Durant comes to help. Just 5 to shoot. Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
In the corner, Winslow with it. Buries it from 3-point range. Winslow's got 10 points in the game.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
Shots good by Durant.
And no hesitation attacking the defense. Body to body, Durant with an impressive finish.
That's tipped. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And Waiters kicks to Winslow. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And that one, good. 10 points for him.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to this half offensively. 4 straight and counting.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
Kicks it to Richardson. Richardson with the screen on Durant. Here's Winslow. Here's Richardson. And Durant sends it back.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Dragic. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. They double him with Green. Stolen by Durant. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Here's Green. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Knocked away. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Durant, and Kevin Durant with the slam.
Tremendous anticipation by Draymond. He caused a turnover and got them out in transition.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Now here's Winslow. He's got 10. There's the dish to Waiters. And Durant comes to help. Dragic the pass to Winslow. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's 12 points for Klay Thompson.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Dragic with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And how about the numbers on Draymond Green? A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 6th in assists, 8th in steals, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. And Green slams it in.
And a terrific sequence by Green, constantly looking to dunk the ball.
He'd have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Now, here's Richardson. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Green, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in. Here's Dragic. He's got 5. He kicks to Richardson. They double him with Green. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Heat.
It's pretty telling when you look at the shots they're missing from mid-range. Just not shooting a high enough percentage there, and it's hurting them. A lot of those misses have been heavily defended or with a high degree of difficulty. They need to take it inside, draw the contact, or get an easier look.
Curry against Dragic from deep three-point range, and the basket by Curry. Curry's got his third bucket of the night.
The defense did their best job on that play, but Stephen Curry is at a whole nother level.
Curry against Dragic. Young with the steal. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. And Green slams it in.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Something went on in that locker room. They've come out aggressive, but also extremely focused.
Here's Dragic, following the score by Golden State. They double him with Green, trying to get back on track, and the rejection by Iguodala. Now here's Green. He's tightly guarded, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his first foul. And Miami shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. And Young comes over to help. Dragic left side. Feeds to Winslow. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which players have had the most success from the stripe this month. Steph Curry fourth.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 11.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dragic against Curry. It's Dragic with the drive. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Green dishes to Young. And yes, it's good. He has 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Heat have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ellington the pass to Adebayo. Richardson for 3. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
And it's Green with the jam.
And this game has Green's stamp all over it. Just a dominant performance.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the middle, here's Adebayo. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And Green slams it in.
Green surprising us with his speed and exploiting the weak defense on that drive. His versatility is really tough to match up against.
Dragic kicks to Ellington. They set the screen. He feeds it to Johnson. Good defensive work there by Young. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Here's Iguodala, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
The charity stripe is far from the strongest part of Iggy's game, but he will hit him in crunch time.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good, and the Heat with some changes. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Richardson, and it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Golden State also making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Young. Patrick McCaw comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And Iguodala drops them both. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time, is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
Here is Ellington after David West's bucket. In the corner, it's Ellington. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Livingston. Livingston's got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot's good. 14 points for David West.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Ellington, and David West gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. They set the pick. Screen by Olynyk. Johnson draws the double. Shot clock at 5.
And just marvelous work on the defensive side from Andre. So good at getting a hand up and contesting shots.
And the dunk by West.
Skying high, one of his advantages as a undersized 4.
Miami with the ball. Here's Johnson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. They double him with West. Beyond the arc. Johnson can't get it to go.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Green. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Green's got 24 points. Passes it to Adebayo. They double-team Johnson. They need this, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Miami's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Down low, it's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Here's Johnson. He dishes it to Ellington. They double him with Green. Olynyk inside. He's covered by Livingston. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 3 to shoot. Another miss by Johnson.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Johnson with it. Now Green defending. 3-pointer Ellington. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Ellington's got 6 points.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 8. Pass to Johnson. The feed to Ellington. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Olynyk can't hit.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
McCaw with the bucket.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Adebayo. 12 points for him. Ellington with it. Now the pass to Johnson. It's good from long range. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Green. The rebound by Johnson. Miami's gone downtown to Watson's halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Inside. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
West passes to McCaw. Good on the shot. McCaw has got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Adebayo. Back to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. Ellington from outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Iguodala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Green gets it to go.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Johnson outside. Dishes it to Johnson. Johnson double-teamed. Here's Olynyk. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Green. Good work defensively by Johnson. The tray. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Back right after this. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
The difference in the game right now is those turnovers that led to fast breaks. Let's just get simple shots, simple plays. Okay? Don't need home runs right now.
Eric Spoelstra moments ago wants his guys to focus on making the right play, not the highlight play.
Yeah, style points don't show up on the scoreboard. That's why they never show up in a coach's game plan.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Pachulia. Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then there's Caspi, and it's West in at power forward. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. The Warriors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And it's Miami with the rebound. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally in agreement with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, getting a chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
Yeah, and he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested. And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
And Caspi kicks to Pachulia. The shot comes out, and it's Miami the other way. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pachulia's got 4 this quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Johnson kicks to Hammonds. Johnson the screen. Passes it to Mickey. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range. Not going to go that time. The Warriors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Miami. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Waiters, he's checked in for Miami. And Golden State also making a change. Young's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Walton kicks to Hammonds. And Young comes over to help. The dish to Walton. Tries a 3. It's rebounded by Livingston. Livingston's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Mickey kicks to Hammonds. And Pachulia over to help. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters. Young, right side. Got a hand on it. Now, here's Walton. He's covered by Livingston. Mickey kicks to Haslam. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Ball's knocked loose. Clock at 6. Mickey passes to Walton. Here's Haslam. The Heat keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Hammonds kicks to Mickey. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Livingston. Great D that time from Walton. Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Launches it. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Warriors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's McCaw. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Now here's Waiters. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for the Heat. Richardson comes in for Waiters.
Justice Winslow.
Clock at 4. Here's Richardson. Off the left rim and out.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
Livingston, no luck.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And Caspi kicks to Young. Feeds it to Pachulia. Back to Young. And then Young with the jam.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Winslow with it, and Young picks him up defensively.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision. I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And Young comes over to help. Now Richardson, pass to Hammonds. Winslow, wide open. He fires. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Miami grabs the miss. Hammonds got his 6th rebound on the night. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Walton dishes to Haslam. Winslow with it. Goes up against Pachulia. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And for the Heat, their shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And Walton kicks to Richardson. The feed to Winslow. And Pachulia over to help. Here's Hammonds. Miami keeps it going. A new 24-second shot clock. And the shot goes in.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
It's hauled in by the Heat. And here is Walton. Here's Haslam. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And replay review now commonplace. In the interest of speeding up those reviews, Steve, the league last season allowing officials at the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey to make the call. Do you like that decision?
You know I do, but I think sometimes finding a way to speed it up, and I think there's some way where you can have a referee right there on site also can be able to get a chance to see the play, because sometimes technology doesn't get back from Secaucus back to the game. If some kind of way, the middleman, if he's there in his obvious play, that could cut the time, you know, because right now sometimes it's taking a long time.
As long as they get it right, correct? How they do it, who cares? As long as they get the call right, though, to me is the most important. What about you?
I do love that, Kevin, but I think sometimes, you know, human error is a part of basketball. The refs can't be perfect. And so sometimes if they're a bad call, it's just a bad call. You got to live with it.
So it's Miami now, following the score by Golden State. Winslow with it, and Young picks him up defensively. He had a nice open look right there.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Now here's Richardson. Rebounded by Bell.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
McCaw. And the layup's good off the glass. McCaw has got 10 points here in the second half.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And Young comes over to help. They get a hand on it. And it's the Warriors on the break. And that one, good.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
For 3, Richardson. That's good, and Walton with the assists. Walton's got 3 assists tonight.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Dion Waiters. David, what's the latest?
Hey, guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Heat. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. Here's Walton following the score by Golden State. And Olynyk kicks to Winslow. And Young comes over to help. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Drops in the breakaway layup. Livingston's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Kicks to Richardson. To the inside. Here's Haslam. Goes back up. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Pachulia. And there's the pass to Bell. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt, in not only the NBA, but in all sports, certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is, one, you can't live that lifestyle if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the two things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public.
Here's McCaw over Richardson. McCaw with the bucket. McCaw has got 12 points in just the second half.
It sometimes takes more than one defender to help alter the shot when he's that close inside.
Two on none. No one back to stop this. Livingston, that's good.
Sean Livingston at 6'7", leaking out on the break. Long strides gave him the advantage to finish at the bucket.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kevin Durant.
You know, the story of this game was his offensive production. It didn't matter what the defense threw at him. He just found ways to counter and led his team.
McCaw, no good off the front iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Walton, the pass to Olynyk. Richardson kicks to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. And it's Walton missing.
Timeout. I don't know what's happened to him in this second half, but he's been terrible from deep.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're in front. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Here's Golden State. They're on an 18-6 run. Young's shot is off. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Walton. So Walton nails both of them. Livingston up top over Richardson and misses it off the right side of the rim. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well tonight?
Obviously, guys have to make shots, and when we're creating and moving our bodies and the ball's moving, we're not turning it over. You know, we're tough to guard, and everybody had confidence tonight to go out there and make plays. So that's contagious, and we got to find that next game if we want to keep this going.
Obviously, the way you guys want to play, Steph. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.